Hey guys, we're going to be talking about securing your personal financial success. All right. So we're going to do this in the next 2-3 seconds or so. And we're going to make sure that you know the ins and outs of how to reach your current lifestyle and also your future lifestyle all at the same time. And we're going to do this right after this quick testimony.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. Another amazing day. Hey, real quick, I want to just share my personal testimony on how myEcon, the personal financial success company, has helped change me and my family's life, right? So before myEcon, I was living not even paycheck to paycheck. I was living getting paid Friday to being broke on Monday, right? I had credit cards maxed out. I was in debt up to my neck and was clueless about money. So I was introduced to this opportunity by my personal mentor, Mr. Terrence Hill, the founder of the Financial Blueprint Academy, because we believe in giving people a financial peace of mind, right? And he shared this information with me, and based off the first strategy when it comes to cash flow management, I was able to legally adjust my W-4 form as well as my wife's, and we income shifted an extra $700 back into our household each and every month, right? And we took the new cash flow and put it towards our debt. And up to today's date, we have snowballed over $50,000 in debt at the government's expense, right? And on top of that, we have actually cash flowed just over $100,000 by applying these strategies. So I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to anyone you hear who is talking about personal financial success, representing myEcon, because we're all about changing lives and we want to welcome you to the financial journey. Have a blessed one. Peace.
Hey, so what we're doing today, we're going to make sure that you know the ins and outs. And this is going to be real quick because the biggest thing I want you to do is make sure you're taking real good notes, okay? Because a lot of times, we tune in and we want to understand, right? We want a quick microwave thing, tell me how to, make $1,000 tomorrow, tell me how to make six figures, in the next 2 minutes, right? And then if I don't hear it, then let me click over to another YouTube video. Let me see if I can learn it from there, right? See, the biggest thing you got to do is you got to learn the strategies, okay? It all boils down to that. No matter who it is, no matter how you're starting your business, no matter, how creative you feel like you are with your business, and nobody else has your particular product or your service or, any of those things, it still takes the right type of strategies. Okay. You got to have 3 solutions. You got to have 3 ways of going at this. Okay. And the first thing you got to do is you got to have your right cash flow management, right? So that's number 1. If you have not, looked into, what the steps to take, because most times you say, hey, go get your LLC, right? Or make sure you go get your Dun and Bradstreet number, okay? Or learn business credit, right? So we take all these different things because we have everybody that we're listening to here, there. We have this person trying to be the coach. We have just this person we're trying to help, they're being our coach. We have this person that we're looking at on YouTube. We have this person that we're looking at on Instagram. And so we have a soup of different ideas, a whole soup of different things that, you should do about this or you should do about that. What you got to do is you got to lock in and say, okay, hey, if I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, let me find an individual that can show me how to do that. Let me find somebody that's already executed those steps so that I can get behind them and do the same things. Because what I've heard is this: a wise man, a smart person knows how to make it from somebody, from their own mistakes, right? Smart person knows how to work or how to get better from their own mistakes, okay? Now, a wise person, they know how to get better by looking at somebody else's mistakes, okay? And see, that's the thing. If you can learn, and we're going to talk about today 2 things, okay? And those 2 things are your current lifestyle and then your future lifestyle. Okay, it's time to think about, what is it that I'm going to do? How am I going to align? How am I not going to be attending the Walmart greeting? right? How am I not going to be depending on my older children? How am I not going to be dependent upon the system that's not there any longer? Okay. How am I not going to be the one that's complaining because of this president's in or that president's in? How am I not going to be the one dependent upon their economy? How? By creating your own economy, right? So we're going to make sure that your current lifestyle, you don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul. Okay. And we're going to make sure that your future lifestyle is taken care of by assets. Right. You need to make sure that you have enough coming in to live the lifestyle that you desire. Right. And you don't have to worry about something coming in from a pension that may not be there. You're definitely not going to be able to depend on Social Security because they're already telling you that only 75% is there right now. Okay. So definitely by the time you retire, that's not going to be there. Okay. So no matter where you are, if you're here and you're 20 years old, why not start thinking about when you're going to be 60? Okay. Why not? Okay. Why not think about that retirement doesn't depend on your age. It depends on you creating enough assets so that then you can have your assets pay for your expenses. You see what I'm saying? And so your first step in order to do that is to understand how to do the two things at the same time. How can I get my current lifestyle together when before it was hard for me and I'm going check to check? How can I also make sure that my future lifestyle? See, I meet a lot of people all the time, and they say, "Mike, well, I got a savings. I have $100 and some odd $1,000 in my 401k." I say, "That's great." They say, "Well, and I'm 52 years old or 35 years old." You think about it. We're going to be in a retirement from a certain age to a certain age. Let's say, for instance, it is 60 years old. You're going to be in retirement till you're about 80, right? 90, maybe 100. It just depends because we're trying to live longer. We're eating better. We're working out, right? So that means you're going to be in retirement for 20 or 30 years. How was your previous 20 to 30 years? And you're working this hard. How are you going to live when there's going to be less that you're going to have as an income coming in if you have not created certain assets? If you have $100,000, if $200,000 in your 401k and it's time for you to retire, how long is that going to last? Okay. If you're used to living on $50,000 a year, that's only 4 years worth of living. Okay. So you got to have it somewhere to where you're making money off of your assets. Even if you have 200,000, that needs to be somewhere making you at least 8% so you can live off the interest, not the principal. Okay. So now, as you're learning these individual aspects, now it's revolving around a personalized cash flow plan. Okay. See, but before you get there, you have to start to eliminate the things that are removing your cash flow. There are cash flow killers that are out there. Okay. The first one is inflation. Realize we know what inflation is, right? The cost of goods and services going up over time, but our money or our income not going up at the same rate, right? So if that's the case, already you're losing buying power just by not having something that is outpacing inflation. Okay. Then number two, you have income tax. Think about it like this. We work for the first 4 months, and that's what they tell us, just for taxes alone. So therefore, income tax takes what? 1/3 of your income. If you are already living on your net income, right? And that's not enough, wouldn't it be good to actually have access to all of your income, everything? Okay. You might say, well, Mike, if I get my gross income, why not? Oh, well, see, that's what we're doing now. So we want you to be informed. No, that's not the case. You may not owe, okay, because you're going to have to employ these strategies, right? So now what you have is you are outpacing inflation. Okay, you're no longer robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're starting to get everything in motion, right? The 28 to 32% that they're taking between your gross and your net, now you're getting that now home. Okay, you're able to use that every month to catch up. You're going to pay down your expenses, right? See, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get out of debt. Why do we get into debt? We get into debt because we have the 1/3 of our money being taken away by the income tax. Okay. Then what we got to do is we got to go into debt because we got to get the car, we got to get the home. We also got to make up for the 30% that's not coming into the house, right? So now we got to do, see, when we find out these things, we feel the crunch of these things, but we don't know what is causing it. So the first thing we go do is we go find another pill, potion, lotion, wrap, tea, or something that we can sell, another product, another service, because I need to make some more money. Or we're going to try to get a second job, right? The second job just does what? It makes enough money so that we can pay for the child care, makes enough money so that we can pay for more taxes, but we're still in the same position. Okay, because the money is still not making money for you. It's not the second job. It's not you going into a different degree. It's you knowing where your money is and then making it respond. Okay, so we're going to outpace inflation. That's going to give us buying power. We're going to also reduce our taxes because we're going to now get that money now. We're going to use that money now. Okay, then the next thing, we're going to get out of debt. We're going to reduce our expenses. Okay. See, all of these things start to increase your cash flow. When this starts to happen, guess what happens now, right? You start to have an extra 200, extra 400, an extra $1,000 a month in cash flow. See, now you know what to do with the money, right? See, now you go inside, you're going to start an emergency fund. You want to get that up to like $1,000, right? So now you got the extra cash flow. You don't go do crazy things, right? You don't go get some what we call trash, right? You go and do what? We have a process called cash, asset, cash, right? And that what that is now we've uncovered the cash. Now we're going to create an asset. Now we're going to do what? Get the cash that the asset is creating. And then we're going to go back and say, hey, do that all over again. You see what I'm saying? And see, now you start to grow. Your income starts to work for you. It becomes cash flow. Okay. See, now what we're going to do is we're going to have what? The fourth thing that was taking away our money is big business. Okay. Big business says, hey, I got something for you to buy every month. It's January. We're going to say it's New Year. So you need to go do something. It's February, right? Got to get something for the significant other. Go do something. It's March, springtime, right? Go do something. Go buy some new clothes. Go do something. It's April, quote unquote. Some people celebrate Easter, right? So you got to go do something. You say so every month it comes around. You got to go do something, right? And see, it makes everything that you are desiring, quote unquote, feel like a need when it's not really. So now your money that you have that was a little bit extra, okay, now it's going out to big business, okay. And the debt that you had, right now, that's going out into penalties. You see what I'm saying? So the debt that you have, not only are you paying back the 20,000 or the car or the home, right? You're paying back the interest. That's called a penalty. You see what I'm saying? So now all of these things are zapping your dollars. Okay, the inflation. Okay, then the interest that is coming on your debt. Okay, and then your taxes. Okay, all of these things are zapping your dollars. When you get these things reduced, now your cash flow starts to rise. Now you start to implement strategies. Okay, the first strategy that we're going to do, because people say, hey, Mike, if I'm going to get my money back now, won't I have to pay back at the end of the year? No, because you're going to take advantage of these solutions. These 3 solutions are going to help you, right? I don't want you, even if you're whatever product sale that you're doing, whatever things that you're trying to do as a purpose, that's your passion. First, let's get the money thing as a problem, as a challenge, as an issue out of the way. Let's make our money work for us first. Then go do your particular product or service. Then go do your 501c3, whatever that may be, right? Because your money is now behaving, okay? But we first operate by using the first strategy, and that's cash flow management. Okay. See, now with cash flow management, your business, what I'm getting ready to tell you, is going to be able to do what? Track your income and cash flow, rather. And then you're going to manage your cash flow. Okay. That's cash flow management. And now what this is, now you have a home-based business. This home-based business is what allows you to tell Uncle Sam to give me my 30% of the income tax now in each check, because I have a home-based business and I want to use my money now. And I'm going to pay taxes on what's left over. You see what I'm saying? See, now you're starting to understand how the money is working. You're informed now. See, if they're taking away from you 30% every pay period, and then at the end of the year you file your taxes and you get back 2,000 to 5,000, does that equal 30%? So where's the rest of your money? Okay, so let's get it now. Okay, so we're going to use that first strategy, cash flow management and home-based business deductions, in order to turn your everyday bills like mileage, like your cell phone, right? Like internet service, right? Like mortgage. Okay, we're going to turn all these regular bills into business expenses so that they're now tax write-offs. Okay, why continue to throw your money away when you can write it off? Okay, see, now these strategies are in place. Okay, so now we're going to move to the second one. The second one is business income. Why? Because business income contains what we call a 1099, right? As a W-2 worker, that means you're taxed, right? And they get your money now. Right? You tax first. But see, when you transition into business income, then guess what happens? You're able to use all of your money now on your things, what you got to do, getting out of debt, reducing expenses, right? Your money is flowing back to you now. You see what I'm saying? And see, now Uncle Sam says, hey, you understand. Here you go. Use your money now. And then what we do is we write off the cell phone bill. We write off the internet, right? We write off the things that we can write off. Do you realize there are over 400 write-offs that you can do as a home-based business owner? Do you realize there's up to $12,000 that you can pay your children to write off your income, right? See, the thing is, we want Uncle Sam to do what he needs to do, right? But there's no need for him to be fat off of us, right? So what we want to do, we want to start implementing certain strategies, not just saying, hey, I want to start a business to make some more money. Let me do my LLC. Hey, come on, somebody show me how to do business credit. Blah, blah, blah. You're just all over the place, right? But nothing's ever getting done. I've watched people since I've been on Facebook 2009 unite and say, hey, I'm going to start this. And I still see nothing has transpired. Or I see people start something and they don't realize there are ups and there's downs. And then when there's a down, they stop. Or because there's a down, they say that doesn't work for me. What doesn't work for you? Business? Everything's the same. You have the same strategies. The only thing is how are you going to be consistent? And are you going to use the proper strategies necessary? Right? Are you going to discipline your disappointments so that you won't be able to be the one that says, hey, let me start this over here. And if it doesn't go well in 2-3 months, then I'm going to jump over here. Let me find somebody. Let me butter them up a little bit and see if they'll tell me something. Then let me jump over here. Right? And see, you got to get in. You got to find out who's the mentor in your life. Right? And that's how you can tell how your life is going to be. Right? Who are you following right now? Are you following the boss, the supervisor at your job? Is that your only coach? Okay. Nothing wrong with a job, but what I'm saying is this, right? We got to develop choices, options, because if that person that owns that business, remember, even though it's a corporation or a business, it's owned by individuals, okay? And see, if they at some point in time, they say at their bottom line is not to the point to where they like it, what they're going to do? They're going to go overseas. They're going to do it to cut people off. They're going to do whatever they want to do because it's their business. You see, people get mad. You can't get mad when somebody do something with their business. You see what I'm saying? Your job is to create something for yourself, right? You don't have to say, hey, Mike, I don't know how to do business. Mike, I don't know how to do this, this, and this. Right. I bet you can track your cash flow and manage your cash flow as a business. I bet you can do that. I bet you can do that. Matter of fact, I will give you everything that's needed for you to do that, okay? And see, when you put these things together, you got two things, and I'm going to wrap this up for you. We're working on our current lifestyle, and we're working on our future lifestyle. Don't be crazy. It's going to happen. I remember being 15. I remember being 25. I remember being 35. I remember being 45. Right now I'm 49. You see what I'm saying? It comes very fast. It's going to happen quickly anyway. So we got to prepare ourselves. People say, hey, nah, I'm going to do this after I make a little bit more money. Oh, I'm going to prepare myself after I get this next job. And, so we're always doing something after. Then we look up and we say, hey, I got a great job. That's awesome. Great. Keep it, but let it be fuel to fuel your purpose, right? You have the 401k, you have the 501, what is that? The 401k, the TSPs, those different types of things, the saving programs, right? But, okay, what do you have as a framework to say, okay, when do I have enough? Do I have enough? Do I have an emergency account, right? What's good on the personal credit side, right? Could I be better on the investment side? Okay, see, you line those things up so that you can know where you're going to be. See, so many times people get in front of you and they say, hey, come over here and sell this particular pill, potion, lotion, wrap, tea, come sell this travel, come get this second job, come get this second degree, go get on the Phoenix, go get on the ITT, whatever these things are, right? We keep thinking that it's the next thing that's going to do. We see, hey, everybody's buying this NutriBurst, so let me go over here. I'm gonna sell it too, right? So let me go over here. Nothing's wrong with none of these things. But what I'm seeing in my consulting is this: we say, hey, I want to get over here, but we have no foundation. And that's what I'm noticing. See, when I went through 2019 as an entrepreneur without, any type of other things going on, right? What we had to fall on is the cash flow that was coming in from our assets. You see what I'm saying? So at the same time, I'm trying to help people to build. I'm trying to help people to grow, right? And these types of things. And then I'm trying to say, hey, this is business. So we're growing in business. So keep moving, right? See, the things are, we got to say, okay, hey, where do I want to be in life? What am I prepared to do? And then what am I prepared to sacrifice? Or what am I prepared to exchange, right? See, when we know these things, we can align ourselves with the proper mentors, the proper strategies, okay? So guys, we're going to show you how to bring all these things together. And if you ever need the wrap up and say, okay, hey, Mike, what was, that was great. I heard this piece and that piece. So, how can I get more information? So what you want to do is you want to go to www.purposepursuer.com. Okay. So that's www.purposepursuer.com. And you can get more information. You get a full presentation to know exactly how we are. But if you want to get something real quick, a 3-4 minute presentation, that's just www.incomeshifting.com. And you can see our own co-CEO go ahead and put together the ins and outs of income shifting. So you can see how to go and pursue your purpose. So you can see what I saw right after I lost everything throughout the real estate bubble and everything like that. And I'm using myEcon strategies to get to the next position in my life. All right. So guys, I appreciate you as always. You have a good one. And I'll talk to you on the other side of purpose, because this side is just too easy. Come up out of your comfort zone and you'll get there. Peace.